Hello and welcome to Mountain Patriot Homestead. I thought I would take a step out of the kitchen today and just sit and visit with y'all. It's been a while since I've done that. Been concentrating a little bit more on holiday cooking because it's just that time of year. But there's only two of us and there's only so much cooking that I need to do. So I thought I would just sit down and just talk about another subject. First of all, the weather is kind of on everybody's mind right now. Most people who are typically getting cold weather by now are finding that the cold weather is kind of staying away. A lot of people are getting almost spring type weather, with storms and the temperatures and all. That's kind of the way we are. We're not getting storms, but the temperatures are real similar to what we would be getting in the springtime. Now, I'm sure cold weather is coming, but it hasn't gotten here yet, and the seed catalogs have. So you can imagine what I've been thinking about is I have been thinking of what is going to be going into the garden this next spring, which means I will need to be, before long, start getting those seed cups ready and start working on what I'm going to be planting in them and getting ready for our next growing season. Now, I have picked up some new seeds like I needed more seeds. I need more seeds like I need another hole in my head. But the seed catalog comes out, and I don't know about y'all. How many of you remember the Sears Roebuck catalog wish book that came out, before Christmas? And we'd sit there and wear out those pages, looking at the pictures in them and wishing that, we could have some of the things that were in there. And I have to say that the seed catalogs are my grown-up version of the Sears Roebuck wish book. So, even though I didn't need more seeds, I've got seeds. There were some new things and some old favorites that I needed to replenish, but just some of the new things, and I'm not trying to advertise for anybody in particular. This is just where I ordered my seeds from. You can get your seeds for wherever you want to, but I ordered these seeds from Baker Creek. You've heard me speak about Baker Creek previously, so I ordered these seeds from Baker Creek, and this was a new form of cabbage that came out. It is Filderkraut. My German mother-in-law would just cringe because I'm sure that's not how you pronounce that, but that's about as close as I can get. But anyway, what caught my attention is just the unusual shape of it. And it's supposed to be, it's a fall harvested, it's a long season fall harvested cabbage, which appealed to me because, that way it can be harvested and kept over the winter season. But it makes like 10-pound heads, so pretty good size cabbage. And I just liked, does anybody else get seeds just because of the unusual nature? It's something different. Now, this is not something different because my daddy grew Blue Lake green beans, and I needed some more Blue Lake seeds because the ones I had didn't germinate well last year. So I ordered a new pack of Blue Lake, and I love these. I love any kind of beans. If it's a bean, I love it. But my husband likes I've told you this before, he likes the French style green beans, like you get out of a can out of the store. He don't like them just snapped and stuff. So I got some of these. I plan on getting, you can do it with a knife, but boy, that takes a while. Getting just a cheap Frencher that you can French green beans with and make him some French style green beans that I can can up specifically for him. So I got the Blue Lake, and I got this Durgis I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but it is a different type of cauliflower, and it's best for winter growing. And so I may I can put it out 6 to 8 weeks ahead of the last frost date, so I can, and then I can do it again. I can plant it again in midsummer. So anyway, it likes cool conditions, so this is not something I want to get out late. So this is another cauliflower. I do not have a lot of luck with cauliflower or broccoli. Now, there are certain types of broccoli. The Chinese broccoli I have no problem with, but the regular head broccoli, like you typically see at the store, I have no luck with that, and I don't have any luck with Brussels sprouts. For some reason, if anybody has any tips on how to grow those three things, I would love to hear them, because apparently I am terrible at it, because my results are kind of hit and miss, so I'm not any good at that. Now, cucumbers are not my favorite vegetable, fruit, whatever they are, but I do like a good crisp cucumber on a salad or as a snack, not tons of them. That's usually where I have a hard time, is I'll plant too many and then I'll have way too many cucumbers. But you know, my chickens and other animals like cucumbers too. So if I get too many and the neighbors start running when they see me coming with more cucumbers, I'll start feeding them to the animals. But I also got I got the little Boston pickling cucumbers, because I really would like to try my hand again on, I love dill pickles, but again, just like growing some of those brassicas, I just am horrible at them. I don't like a soggy pickle. I want a good crisp pickle, but if all else fails and I can't get a good crisp pickle, I will make more bread and butter pickles, because I like those. So I got some pickling. And then this was a different type. I have not tried this type of cucumber previously. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. But it's supposed to be burpless, which is always a plus. And it was raised in Israel, is where these came from. And it's supposed to have a real fine flavor, high yields, burpless, and a great shelf life. The great shelf life is what appealed to me, because I hate picking a cucumber, and before you get it in the house, it's not doing well anymore. So that appealed to me. Now, I don't know, I love growing flowers in my garden as well, because I think a garden should be aesthetically pleasing to the eye as well as feeding you. And so that's why not only do I grow herbs for other reasons, but I like to grow them because they're pretty. But I have two favorites that I grow in my garden specifically for flowers, even though they can be used for other purposes as well. But they're also good to keep insects out. They're kind of deterrents, and that's marigolds, but also zinnias. Now, I know the correct way to say them is zinnias. My mom always called them now I can't even say how she used to say it, but here's zinnias. And I just love the little stripes on them. Aren't they pretty? So, those, but I like I said, I always have my marigolds too. And I love butternut squash. So I got some more butternut squash. And the last thing is something I've been trying to get the seeds, but they kept going out of stock. They would sell out as quick as they'd come in. So I finally was able to get some, and this is a tender perennial, which means, you know, I'll have to take more care and not just leave it out in the cold. But it is a sweetener. If you have not heard of stevia, it is used as a sweetener and supposed to be sweeter than sugar. So I finally got my hands on some of the seeds, and I'm going to try them for the first time this year. So if you have any tips on growing stevia, if you've successfully grown stevia, let me know, because I am no expert in the garden. I am 58 years old, and I experiment every year. My garden is an adventure every year. I will have some things that always do really well and some things that was like, what happened with that? But I love it. And, you know, I'll take any blessings I can get. But if you have any suggestions on how to grow successfully any of these particular ones, or if you just have a story that you want to tell about your adventure in gardening, I always love hearing them. Anyway, that is kind of what I am concentrating on right now to take my mind away from the holiday stuff a little bit. But if you enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up. I'm always glad when you come and join me, and I hope you come back again real soon. Love y'all. Mountain Patriot Homestead, signing out.